The final thought, guys, this is something fun that we like to do. The three masterminds up here. We all put our heads together separately, which makes no sense. But we all put our heads together, and we each came up with our own separate starting day lineups, opening day lineups, and I think we've got those. So if we start with mine up there right now, I'll just talk through a little bit. The one thing that I think has some play in it, we'll find out, Garrett Hampson at second base. I think that could go a couple of different ways depending on how the preseason goes and how that bat's going. But I like the speed. I like the switch hitter that he's kind of got developed there to lead off. Charlie Blackmon following him. Nolan Arenado right there at third. And then you got the power hitting shortstop and Trevor Story. I like Daniel Murphy, where you talked about he's going to be a doubles guy. Put him up there and maybe to start. I mean, either start a couple of innings or get the speed of Trevor Story on first and then have Murphy come up. David Dahl, the power he's got. I do believe they stick with Ian Desmond for one more year, or at least to start this year, out in left field, and then Chris Iannetta, the reliable catcher, and then pitching obviously will be Kyle Freeland to start opening day. So that's kind of my lineup. Guys, thoughts on that?
I think that's pretty close. So there are some changes I made. I do think that Ian Desmond will probably be in the opening day lineup. I think one thing that I think is interesting is the second base position will be interesting. We'll have to see what happens at spring training.
And you've got Brendan Rodgers starting there.
I do.
We agree with Hampson leading off, but you've got Hampson in center field.
Yes, I do. Garrett Hampson at center field. I put Daniel Murphy hitting second. The reason I put it together that way is because of Daniel Murphy's history of being able to get on base.
Yeah.
I feel like he gets a hit. We've got guys like Nolan Arenado, Charlie Blackmon, Trevor Story, David Dahl coming up behind him. I put Garrett Hampson in center field because it's a guy like him or Raimel Tapia who can get on base, who has the speed.
Yeah. The one thing that stands out, if I may here, is Charlie Blackmon in the 4 spot. You're taking your leadoff hitter from a year ago and taking him down to number 4. Your thoughts on that?
We moved Charlie around a little bit recently just as he's gotten older. He's lost some of the speed he used to have. He's had some knee injuries. But when you're looking at it, you don't want to clump too many lefties or righties together, so it was an easy way to just kind of split them up that way. I left Ian Desmond out of this lineup.
That's more wishful thinking for you.
I know it is. I know that Ian Desmond will be in the opening day lineup, most likely. But I feel like this is the best lineup the Rockies can put forward at this moment.
Well, let's jump over to Ben's now. Ben has we're pretty close here, Ben. We got a couple of things.
We are quite close. Mostly it's just order sort of things between mine and yours. I do have Garrett Hampson. He's going to be leading off, playing second base. Charlie Blackmon, I moved him down to that 2 spot. One thing, I have Trevor Story batting third, and Nolan batting fourth, then Daniel Murphy. One thing I considered was putting Daniel Murphy in that 3 spot, moving Trevor to the 5 spot. Ultimately, I think that's just semantics at this point.
Yeah.
Who's in the 3 and who's in the 5.
There's some big bats right there in the middle of your lineup.
Yeah, that middle of the lineup, it could shift around all season, but those are the main 3 people who's going to be in that 3, 4, 5 spot. Maybe David Dahl works his name into that conversation later on.
The one, obviously, that's standing out to those of you watching this, Mike Tauchman. You've got him in right field in this lineup. No chance for Ian Desmond, huh?
No, well, I kind of combine this with wishful thinking as well as what I think is going to happen. That's why I put Mike Tauchman in there, because when I looked at it, Ian Desmond, he hasn't performed at all. So I think if you're being smart, you have to look for other options to start the season. So when I looked through this lineup, I thought, well, Nolan Arenado can bat over 300. Charlie Blackmon can bat over 300. Daniel Murphy can bat over 300. Garrett Hampson has the potential to bat over 300. He batted 311 in the very few games that he played for Colorado. We don't need someone like Raimel Tapia to bat 300 in the 6 or 7 spot. So why not put someone in there who might bat 270, 280 generously, but can also give us 15, 20 home runs?
Well, those are our projected Rockies lineups for opening day.
Hey guys, Ben Shumate from Blake Street Ball. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed yet, what is wrong with you? I've been trying to figure out, and there is something morally and ethically wrong with you. So to fix that problem, subscribe right here. There is a link. Also, if you want to catch more on our terrible thoughts about the Rockies, there's a video here and here. You can watch those and comment below on how wrong we are. Yeah, and if you're a Dodgers fan, we will be praying for you. So we will see you next time here on Blake Street Ball.